Good afternoon, everybody. It's David Perlmutter from QuantumListing, and thank you for being with us today for our webinar on how to get more clicks on your listings. Let's get started. So today's agenda, we're going to talk a bit about quantum listing for those of you that are new to it. And then we will jump into our topic and we will cover ways to get more clicks on your listings that are included with your membership. And then some of the premium features that you can also use to get more clicks on your listing. So included with your membership would be sharing to social media using our social media icons, posting in your state haves and wants group, and sending an email to your proprietary list. And the premium items are listing promotion, brand promotion, Google display ads, and email blasts. And even though they're premium features, they're all super affordable and will fit in just about anybody's budget. And then we will continue on and talk about profile and listing maintenance tips and focus on the importance of listing title descriptions and listing titles, comma, descriptions, and using long tail keywords. And then we'll talk about adding content to your profile and a little about your listing images as well. And then, given enough time, we will jump over to the website and show you everything we got. Okay, let's get going. So Quantum Listing is a commercial real estate listing site. We give your listings as much exposure as possible with all of our features and also our wonderful search engine optimization. And what's better is that all this is available at a very affordable price. And for $89.99 a year per agent, you can post as many listings as you want, and you can, as you'll see, be able to market them seamlessly on all forms of popular social media. And one of my favorite things, especially since I too am a broker, is that there's no paywall for potential buyers or tenants to view your properties. Anybody can go to our site from Google or Bing or Yahoo and search for commercial real estate. When they see your listing show up, they click on it, they go right to your listing, no registration, no payment necessary. All they get to do is look at your listing and hopefully give you a call or email or fill out the lead form. So the first part of our discussion is things that you can do on our site that are included with your membership. So the first one we want to talk about is sharing to social media. Now this is when you add your listing to our site, just so that you know, we are already sharing your listings for you. We share them to LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Twitter gets sent right away. Facebook and LinkedIn take time to get sent because there are limits on the number of posts that we can send in a single day to LinkedIn and Facebook. And the number of new listings we get each day exceeds that limit, so we can't send them out the first day. So they get put in a queue. So it really is incumbent on you to pay very careful attention here and make sure that you do this on your own behalf, because you never know where your next customer is coming from and where they might be seeing your listing. So you want it to be in as many popular places as possible. I mean, Facebook and gets over 1 billion visitors a day. Twitter and LinkedIn, it's 300 million plus. So you're putting yourself in a good position if you're sharing your listings to these social media platforms. And let me go back. So to start this, and we'll look at this on the site as well, you just click on the sharing icon here, which is this red dot with the 2 lines connecting 3 dots. And once you've clicked on that, this menu here will open up. And these 3 here are the social media icons. And we'll talk about the one at the top and the one at the bottom as a little further in the presentation. So once you click on that, a window will open up where you can start your post to social media. It will have a hyperlink to your listing. You can add pictures, obviously, to those, and write a little description and hit send. So it really is fast and easy, especially if you're signed into your social media accounts on the same computer that you're using QuantumListing. It really takes a minute or two at the most to send out your listings. And the other thing when you're doing this, don't just do it once and never do it again, unless, of course, you sold or leased your listing, because people, you have these feeds, and you want to make sure that your listing is high up in the feed so that it's more likely to get clicked on. So the next way that we can help you out that's included with your membership is to post your listings in the state's haves and wants groups. So it's a fairly simple process. It takes 3 little steps to do this. So when you're on your profile page, before I take you through the steps, when you join QuantumListing, within the first 24 or 48 hours, we'll assign you to a state haves and wants group, or multiple ones, and this is based on where your listings that you've added are. If you don't have listings, we still add you to a state haves and wants group, and we select the group to add you to based on the area code and your phone number. If you have moved and taken your phone number with you, you'll be able to join other groups so that you're in the right one, or you can send us an email at support@quantumlisting.com and we'll take care of it for you. But it's super easy, and we'll look at that in a bit. So the first step to posting in your state haves and wants group is to go to your profile page by clicking on the icon on the top right of any of the pages on QuantumListing that looks like a little head and shoulders, and then select groups here in the left-hand sidebar menu. And once you've clicked on groups, a sub-menu opens, and then click on My Groups. So that's step 1. Step 2 is select your group, and you'll also see when you click on My Groups, all the other groups that you can potentially join, but your group will be up at the top. So then click on the chat icon. It looks like a speech bubble. And then once you've clicked on that, start adding your message. And you can add as much as you want. In this case, I believe I copied and pasted the description from one of my listings. And then from that same listing, I took the QuantumListing hyperlink and copied that and pasted it here. And so when somebody comes to look at your message, they'll be able to click on the link and go to see your listing. And you can do this as often as you want. Your membership does have to be current in order for you to to post in your haves and wants group. And you're probably saying, well, how are people going to know that I posted something there? And the answer is, at the end of the day, there will be an email sent to the members of the group saying you've got a message waiting for you, and then there'll be a link, and they can click on that and go see the message. And we do it that way so that if there are multiple posts in a group, we don't want to bombard you with lots of emails. You'll just get a digest of the email of the messages that are available in that single email. Okay, so that is posting listings in State Haves and Wants group in a nutshell. And then a third way that's included with your premium membership is to send an email to your proprietary list. So this is pretty simple to do as well. From the listing detail page, meaning you've clicked on the little listing card on your profile page, you're going to click on the sharing icon. Again, it's that red dot with the 2 lines and connecting the 3 dots. So click on that. This will open up here, and then select the email icon. And then when you select the email icon, you're going to get a pop-up that looks like this here on the right side of your screen. So at the top is going to be your listing title, and then you add a single email address here, or if you want to do it to a couple of people, 3 people or so, you can separate the email addresses using a comma. But if you want to send it to a list of 100 or 200 folks, we've got you there as well. You click on the Add File button. It will open up your directory on your computer, and you can add a CSV or XLS or XLSX file from your computer, and the file only needs to have a single column, or should only have a single column with email addresses in it. You don't need to have the names or phone numbers or anything else, just that. And then once you've figured out who you're going to send it to, add your subject line here, and then add your message. And it's a 250 character message, so a short message there. And when recipients get it, your subject line is going to be there at the top, and your message will be above the listing right around here, and they'll see your featured picture as well as a few basic facts about the listing. And then there's this nice green button there, which if they click, will then actually where it says send now, that won't be there, but you see where view listing is sort of little faded, that will become as bright green as the send button is. People can click on that, and they'll be able to go to your listing. So another super easy and effective way. Email has a huge ROI. You can do this, with all your listings individually. You can do the same listing, a few times a month, however you want. As long as your membership is current, you're going to be able to do this. So those are the 3 ways that you can get people to see your listings that are included with your membership. So sharing to social media, putting it in the Haves and Wants group, and the third being sent by email. So once you've exhausted those and you still want to get more clicks on your listings, we've got you covered there as well. So we have some premium features that we've introduced over the last year or so, and they are listing promotion, brand promotion, and online advertisement. And to access them, you click on this green dot here, and this green dot is at the top of the page on your profile. Excuse me, your profile page. And once you click that, it opens this little pop-up menu, and you can then select the 3 different which of the 3 different things that you want to do. And if you remember, let me right here, there's this G here. This also opens up the advertise your listing feature from that from the Marketing Center. So listing promotion is kind of a neat feature. If any of you have been Zillow or commercial residential agents as well, and use Zillow, you'll be familiar with Zillow Premier. And what happens with that is your marketing message will show up in the market that you select at the top of all the searches that are done in that market or of that market. And you'll know that it's an advertisement from somebody else because there's a green band around it. So you'll know that. And then I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but these two listings here are promoted listings. We'll cover that next. So listing promotion brings your listings to the top of searches. All the other listings rotate through the order. Oh, wait, we're talking about listing promotion here, not brand promotion. All right, I'm so confused. So in this case, listing promotion is similar to brand promotion. The listings show up at the top of the search next to the brand promotion message. If there isn't a brand promotion message in your particular market, we show one of our own promotional messages there to the left. But you can happily displace us there and have your message too. And I think that when you have brand promotion and listing promotion side by side, it's kind of a powerful 1-2 punch. You get to take over that top row. So listing promotion brings your listings to the top of searches. It's $7.50 for a month, or if you only want to do it for a week, it's $2.50. Generally, what happens with listing promotion, with listings, not promoted listings, is that the newest listings in any particular market show up at the top. But with listing promotion, you can guarantee that during the period that your listing is promoted, that it will be at the top. So, we've all done, thousands of Google searches by this point, and we all know that we're much more inclined to click on things at the top of the first page of a search. So if you want to give yourself a little bit of an edge here, you can promote your listings so that they'll show at the top of searches. And if there are more than 5 listings promoted in a particular market, then they go through a rotation so that they're all shown fairly and equitably. But if you want to make sure yours shows at the top, do it before anybody else in your market does. So I think, and again, the green band is what distinguishes it from the non-promoted listings. So brand promotion, which I started to talk about prematurely on the last slide, promotes your company or personal brand in your market. And your banner ad will show up at the top of searches on QuantumListing in your area, in your market. And this is a great way for agents that are looking to separate themselves from the crowd, and also good for tenant reps. It is, works great with lead capture also, because it shows that you're putting your message out there, so people get to see who you are, on your own terms, and you can make yourself look like an expert. And if you need some help putting the ad together, our team can help you with that. If you're doing it yourself, the ads are 500 pixels wide by 600 pixels tall. But again, if you don't have the capacity to do it, have a marketing person, we can help you out with that. So this example on the left is Rebecca Carlson from Carlson Integrated. And not only is she a commercial broker, or she has two companies, Rebecca Carlson Commercial Real Estate and Carlson Integrated, which is a marketing company. So she has a little edge on having the ability to create a fabulous looking ad. So she did this one, which I think looks great. And on the previous slide, you notice that this is Rebecca, and so she chose to do the listing promotion on two of her listings, so that it showed next to her listing, her brand promotion. And then when you click, if you were to click on the brand promotion ad, it brings you to her listings on her profile. So, really can help increase traffic to your listings and hopefully get you more clicks, because that's the whole point, because more clicks means more opportunities to get more leads, and more leads means more opportunities to close more deals. So the next one of our premium features is our online advertisement and this is with the Google Display Network. So you can use our website to advertise one or more of your listings through the Google Display Network. And the Google Display Network is there are two types of ads on Google. There's the Google Search ads and Google Display Network ads. So the Google Display Network ads don't show up on when you do a Google search itself. They show up on the websites that you normally visit, and in this case, in the markets that you specify. So the default would be to have it show up in the area where your listing was. However, you can choose a second location, or you can choose two completely different locations. So say I had a industrial building for sale, and I don't think that the people in a particular market where that listing is I'm sorry, got distracted for a second. So if you think that the potential buyer or tenant for your listing isn't in the same community where your listing is located, you can specify two completely different locations. There are three different price options for these ads. They're $25, $50, and $100. The only difference between the three choices there is the number of days that your listing will show up on the websites in the markets that you specify. So, and we cap the budget at $4 or $5 a day, so you'll get to know roughly how many days your listing is going to run. So one of the reasons we decided to use the Google Display Network instead of Google Search ads is that it is incredibly cost effective relative to the search ads. Search ads for an asset class like commercial real estate and it really varies from market to market. If you're in a big city like LA or New York or Chicago, you could end up having to pay $15 or $20 or $25 per click for for that ad. So with the Google Display Network, what we found is first of all, you get thousands and thousands of views of your listing on other websites. A typical $25 ad spend will get you anywhere from 15 to 30,000 views of your listings on those websites. So first of all, so that builds a little bit of recognition for your listing and potentially your brand there. And then the second thing, with and there's no guarantee on the number of clicks you're going to get, but the number of clicks in our experience has been anywhere for the $25 is anywhere from, like 10 clicks up to, 20 plus clicks. And it really depends on the type of asset, how good your picture is, if you have got a good title for your listing. And so you can really get a lot of good exposure that way. And yes, you can add your ads to the Google Display Network yourself if you have an account. But let me tell you, having done it prior to having this feature on Quantum Listing, it's complicated and it takes a lot of time to post those ads. We actually don't make any money on these ads. I think PayPal, who handles the financials transaction for us, they make their 3%, but the rest of it goes towards your ads. So you're getting great value, and you're not knocking your head against your computer trying to figure out how to do these things. And there are Google advertising guidelines that have to be met. You can't have like a phone number in your title. You can't have the name of a retailer in your title. Like if you put Walmart Anchored Center in your title, they wouldn't allow that, because when somebody clicks on the link, it doesn't take you to the Walmart website. So they would feel that was a deceptive ad. You can't have all capital letters. You can't have exclamation points. So there's all these little quirky things that Google has, and we monitor your ad to make sure that it's meeting those guidelines and that it starts to roll. It does take about 24 hours for Google to approve your ad. And then the other thing, just so you can see how many clicks and links your ad is getting, we have on your profile page, in the info section, there's the analytics chart and charts, and then so you click on analytics and scroll down, and you'll see the promoted, the advertising section, and you look at that. I think the default is the number of views that you're getting, and then you can switch to the number of clicks that you're getting. And if you do this multiple times with different listings, you can select which listing it is that you want to see the metrics on. We have options to see over a week, a month, or over all time. So if you're running these ads multiple times, you can really get a good sense of what it's doing each time you run the ad. And in fact, here are examples of some of those charts. So this is from my profile page. You can see that I've run the ads multiple times. At this point, which I guess was in January, or I guess in early January that this shows, from my ads, I had 577,885 views, and I had 400 clicks resulting from those 577,000. So my average here was a little less than 1 click per 1,000 views, but instead of paying $15 for 400 clicks and $6,000, I probably spent maybe $400 or $500 total for all these different instances of my posting ads. So again, it's a huge value that you get through doing these things. And you should also know that one of the great things about doing these ads is that Google knows what type of ad it is, and what the content of the ad is, and because they want to get as many clicks as possible, they're going to show it to an affinity group. They've figured out who are the people that are most likely to be interested in commercial real estate, your particular type of commercial real estate, and they serve the ads in a disproportionately to the people that are most likely to be interested in your particular ad. So once again, we'll return to our friend Becca Carlson at Carlson Integrated, and here's what she had to say about our Google Display Network feature. And she said, well, there have been a proliferation of listing sites over the last few years. I am personally partial to a company called QuantumListing. In addition to absolutely loving their leadership and their platform, thank you, Becca, they have a Google ad integration that is staggering. It's literally a couple of clicks, crazy easy, and you can start an ad campaign for a property. I ran 2 of these last week and I could not believe the results. I did one for my property in Geneva, Illinois, and I spent $25, just the base rate, and it came in at like 36,000 views and 17 click-throughs. So people use that to get to the site and learn about the property. And I actually had a showing yesterday from this, and that's the only way they could have found me. It was a residential broker out in Geneva. There's no way they could have found me otherwise. I was very excited, and I've done the Google ads before in our marketing capacity, and they're incredibly complex. Even as a marketer, I can't stand them. The fact that you've already set all of this up is like the best thing in the whole wide world, so this is genius. Thank you. I've never had that much exposure from an ad, and I don't have to learn Google Ads in order to do it. So thank you, Becca, for that testimonial. And it really is true. I mean, I used to do advertising in one of the local real estate journals, and I did it for years and years. And I got very, if I got a single call for each ad that I ran, and I would do them every month, I was very, very lucky. And that was an ad that would cost me, $450 a month. And it was worth it because if I ever did a deal with it, it would pay for a few years worth of it. But if you're paying a few bucks for each click, it's a much better value proposition than any print media ever. So let's move on. And here is another one of our premium features. So if you are a premium QuantumListing member, you can ask us to send email blasts to our list on your behalf. So according to MailChimp, email marketing has an ROI of 38 38x. So for every dollar you spend, you're getting $38 worth of revenue. When you join QuantumListing as a premium member, meaning you've paid your membership fee and you've added your listings, you are entitled to your first email blast on us. Then beyond that, you can buy packages of this, and this is actually the wrong slide for that feature, but that's okay. We'll show you on the site. And so you can use QuantumListing to send an email blast to your email list as you saw before, but if you want to reach even more people, you can ask us to do it for it. And here we go. That wasn't the wrong side. It was just a prequel. Okay, so here is us sending an email blast on your behalf. And we'll take cues from you on what you want the subject to be and what you want the short message to be. And then folks will get an email that looks like this with a link to your listing on our site. And we have, I think, 3 different packages. You can do it as a one-off, or you can buy multiple email blasts, and you are really in control with this. You get to decide whether you want to do one a month for however big a package you get. You can do different listings in the same month if you want. So there's all different ways you can slice and dice it. We want it to work for you. So, we're very receptive. Julia, who's our customer success advocate, is super responsive to these, and really her mission in life is to make sure that you are happy with quantum listing, and that you are making deals because of us, and getting good exposure. So make sure you check this feature out and get to know Julia. Now, there are other things that you can do that are really important, and this is something that we kind of stumbled in accidentally. Google never tells you what the best way to get your listing on the first page of a search. It's like the secret. They keep changing their algorithm, but if you look for clues, you can kind of figure it out. And especially since we're looking at listings and Googling listings all the time, what we kind of figured out was this: what works really, really well is if you put the type of asset that it is, the type of transaction it is, and at least the city and state where that listing is, as the subject line of your listing, the title of your listing. Within a couple of weeks, you have a really, really good chance of having your listing be on the first page of search results. It'll be right up there with LoopNet. It'll be right up there with any other listing site, CoStar, Showcase, whatever. And this is thanks to this little trick that we seem to have discovered, plus the great search engine optimization that our team has been working on for the last 5 years. So this doesn't cost you anything. This is just you taking the time to do a really simple thing that will get attention. And when don't think of your listing title necessarily as the same thing that you would put as the subject of an email blast, because the people on the search on your email blast, they may be more interested in knowing that it's a prime corner in downtown Los Angeles, but the search engines don't know from prime corners. What they want to know is just the facts, to quote Sergeant Friday. So, asset class, transaction type, city and state. And it seems kind of boring, but it works. So boring is okay as long as it works. And here are a couple of examples that I'll show you on the next slide or two. So here is a fellow who had a listing in Greenwich, Connecticut, and he got in touch with us and saying, you know what, for the exact address of my listing, my my listing is showing up. If somebody puts in, store for rent, 160 Greenwich Ave, it comes up on the first page. But if I do Greenwich retail for lease, it wasn't. So basically, we told him that he should try this. And I can't remember if we added a second version of the listing or just changed the title. But within a week, maybe even 6 days of making that change, it was on the first page of Google searches. So it really, really does work. Google may change things, and now that we figured this out, and say no, but it definitely works now, and I imagine it'll continue to work as well. So here's another thing that you can do to help yourself. And one of the things, in addition to your listings, often showing up on the first page of Google searches, our members' profiles often show up there as well. So Justine Snyder, who's one of our members from Massachusetts, did a great job in building out her profile. And the reason this is important is that search engines crawl our website regularly, and what they're doing when they crawl our website is they're indexing the content so that when somebody does a search, they'll be able to deliver the best possible answer because they want people to click. So to create content for your profile so that you'll end up on that first page, take a little time to add your profile picture. You can also, if you don't want to put your own picture there, you can put your logo there. If you want to put your picture and have your logo, you can do both of those. The one will show up smaller up here. This image that you put here is also an image that will show up at the top of the listing card and also on the listing detail page. So, it makes your listing a little bit more human and friendly if people, see that when they're, looking for listings on our site. So add the listing picture. It doesn't have to be, a professional headshot. I think, Justine's here is. You can do, just, but a nice tight, shot of your face is probably a good idea. So then add a bio to your profile to add the listing, and so to add the profile picture and the bio, and as well as social media links, which you also should add, your business social media. You can click on this little icon up here, and you'll be able to type something in, or you can copy and paste something that you've already written in here, and it does help. And we get 65 or 66% of our traffic each month from search engines. And it's not just to listings, it's to member profiles as well. So it really is well worth it. And when somebody comes to your profile, they see all your listings. So if somebody's shopping, they've typed in your name because they want to see, your presence on Google and on the internet. It's great to have this, show up on the first page. And then the other thing, you should add your business social media links. So you can add your LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube is another thing you can add. Justine also added her company website. And one of the other fun things that you can do with QuantumListing is if you click on the sharing icon here, you can share your profile to your social media, and so it'll have a link to your profile with all of your listings. So every month I try to post it to LinkedIn, and I try to put on my business Facebook page and my Twitter page. And these are all for my brokerage, Perlmutter Properties, that I'm doing this. I imagine you could post them to your personal Facebook page if you wanted as well, but I keep the two things separate. But it's your choice where and how you want to deploy that. So add a profile picture, bio, business social media, especially LinkedIn, since it's the largest commercial real estate network in the world, and that link to your website, to your profile, so that search engines will fall in love with you. All right, so we talked about this, that you just click here, and it opens up a window where you can edit your profile. Now, another thing that you can do to really help yourself and get more people to click on your listings is to have A, pictures, and B, good pictures. I mean, if you were looking, you might click on these because you see, you know that you want a car wash, but if this is probably not the best example because it's not like the results of a search. It's just with the listing feed. But if you saw 3 pictures of listings, retail or office listings or warehouse listings, and you saw one had a great picture and the 2 looked kind of dark and fuzzy, you'd be much more likely to click on the one with the great picture. It's just human nature. We're, magpies, and we like bright, shiny things. So add good pictures. Most cell phone cameras are good enough. If you have a better camera, or if you know a really good photographer, or you have a budget for a professional, have them do that. I learned recently, just when I was out shooting interiors for one of my listings, that the new iPhone 12, or maybe I have, I think, a 12 Plus, uh, you can now do like a wide angle shot, and that is really good for doing office interiors. So check that out if you have. I don't know if Android has something comparable, but iPhone 12 Plus has a fantastic camera, and you can zoom like crazy, and now you can also have wide angle pictures. So one other thing that you can do to increase your uh, visibility on the internet and on our site is to participate in our Quantum Lister series. This is a series of blog posts that we do. We'll send you, if you want to be part of this, just look at the, send us an email. We'll send you a questionnaire, which we ask you to fill out as thoroughly as possible. And in addition to having a Q&A with you, where you get to talk about yourself and your business, and hopefully a little bit about why you like quantum listing, at the bottom of that, we also will do an iframe that has your profile in it. So you can see that Michael Hoffman's, this was a year ago. He had 1,007 views. I'm sure he's got hundreds more since then. Rob Henry from SVN Lotus, he got 1,326 views on his. He was a sports star, so I think he's got people still Google his name because of his cool history in football. I can't remember which college. So you get a lot of potential views of your listings by being a quantum lister. Sue Horowitz, who is another one of our members, did a quantum lister profile, and when you Google Sue Horowitz CRE, her quantum lister profile shows up at the very, very top of Google search, this particular Google search. So super great way to get exposure. Sorry, went the wrong way. And you can see Michael Hoffman, similar result for him. First was his profile from Quantum Listing, and then his Quantum Lister profile article. And in when people search, this is about our search engine optimization, which I alluded to briefly. So we have guys who just like study and try to figure out how to make our website and your profiles and your listings show up as high as possible in Google searches. And again, we're appearing on lots and lots of first pages of searches. So here are a couple of examples of our members that are on the first page. And dare I say, some of them are even above their LoopNet listing. So huzzah. And here are some more examples. So we don't really have to cherry pick these because it shows up pretty consistently on the first page, especially with your name, and especially if you're adding real estate, which is probably how people would be Googling for you anyway if they're looking for you as a real estate broker. And I think we pretty much covered this, but here are Sue and Michael's articles.
I will add that Sue got over 1,000 views on her Quantum Lister as well. So Sue is famous as well.
All right, thank you. And then another thing that you can do is to get some more exposure for your listings is participate in our Haves and Wants 2.0 marketing sessions. Back pre-COVID, we all used to go to these in-person marketing sessions, and you would stand up and tell people what you were looking for, what you were trying to market. And even before COVID, we started doing these online, and they're a lot of fun. They're really interesting. There's great networking opportunities with them. You don't have to drive somewhere. You don't have to eat a bad egg sandwich that's cold when you get there. It's you do this from the comfort of your office or home, or wherever you're working from. You can do it from your car, and people really get a good chance to share what they want. And what the real advantage over the in-person sessions is that not only can you talk about your listing, but you can show your listing as well. So you can show all the pictures, the map, everything about it. So in some ways, it's an advantage. The one disadvantage is that you don't get to see shake hands with people, but you can't do that now anyway. So it really, COVID has been a great leveler of the playing field on that score. But they're really great. We did one a couple of weeks ago on industrial properties for sale, and we thought it was great. If you have a commercial realtors association, we've partnered with them to do these sessions. Happy to do it with your realtor association as well. And again, really effective stuff. And I think that brings us to the end of our presentation. I will open the floor for questions. And I think I burned through all the time, so I don't think we'll be able to go to the website. But I would encourage you, if you'd like to tour the website with us, go to QuantumListing.com, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Right here at the top of every page on our website is a button that says schedule a demo. So you click on that, it brings you to another page on our website, and you can schedule a demo. And you can schedule 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. The longer ones are good if you are the type of learner that likes to learn by doing things. So with the longer demos, we'll make you the presenter, and your hands are on the keyboard. You're doing things. We're just kind of talking you through the different things that you're doing. And, it's a good way to cover a lot of what we talked about today, but to really, be able to absorb it internally because, you're doing it yourself. So that, I believe, is the end of our show. Although, wait, hold on. I always say that, and then there's always something else, right? Let's go back to our deck here because sorry about the live demo this time, but we're around. We're happy to do that with you one-on-one, or get a couple people from your office together if you want. So our pricing for unlimited listings for a year, $89.99. For listing promotion, it's $2.50 a week or $7.50 a month per listing. Shows up in your market or the market where that listing is. Brand promotion, you can specify the market where you want that to show. For a month, it's $50. For 3 months, it's $125, and for a year, it's $400. Online advertising with a Google Display Network starts at $25. You can also do $50 or $100. And again, as I said before, the only difference is the amount of time that it's going to run. You're not getting on better websites if you spend more or anything like that. Network email blasts, these are the email blasts that we do for you. First one you get is included with your premium membership. If you want to send an additional one, it's $25. If you want to send 5, whether you want to do it over a period of months or a little faster than that, $100. And if you want to schedule out a bunch of them, it's $200. And again, if you're listing trades, we'll do a different listing. Even if you told us you want to do all 12 the same one, we're very flexible with that. It's a blast. Emails, the ones that you send yourself, are included with your $89.99 premium membership, and lead capture on your listings is also included with your premium membership. Lead capture on your listings, which we didn't really cover today, there is a pop-up that people will see after 15 seconds of viewing your listing. There's also a button that people can click right away, by the way, if they want you to contact them. So it pre-populates the listing in the pop-up so you know what you're getting, and then there's places for people to add their name, phone number, and email address. And I'm happy to report that the volume of these has increased as people have worked their way through the worst part of the pandemic. So it's a great thing. But if your membership has lapsed, you do not get emailed right away with your lead. So, and we all know that people are very appreciative and more likely to act and if you contact them right away. So, to keep your membership current is imperative if you want to get the leads delivered to you in a instantaneous manner instead of us calling you eventually and saying, hey, you have a lead, but it's expired. We're feeling generous today, so we'll tell you who that lead is. And people will still be able to see your phone number and your email address and contact you that way. But as we all know, people are more responsive when something's kind of put in their face. So please do keep your membership current. If you want to get in touch with us or you need some more information, check out the How It Works section. It's accessible from the top and the bottom of, I think, every page on the website. Schedule that demo. You'll get either Julia or me to work with you on this, and we'll do things like show you all the features. We'll help you with enhancing your profile, things like that. We may even throw in some listing promotion or something to thank you for your time with us. You can email us at support@quantumlisting.com or julia@quantumlisting.com or david@quantumlisting.com. Give us a call at 844-QL1-LIST or come back next week for next week's webinar. And be sure to check out our blog posts. We spend a lot of time and effort on those and try to make them as helpful as possible. So thank you, everybody, for your time, and we hope to see you soon on another webinar. Bye-bye, or a demo.